What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB The Show 19 Diamond Dynasty video. Today I want to talk about the 5th inning program a little bit. Of course, you guys may or may not know the 5th inning program is going to be coming out Friday. Then we'll be having the reveal on Thursday night on their live stream. So of course I will be covering that as always. But that means that we have the, dilemma whether or not the 5th inning program voucher is really worth your while. And I especially wanted to make a video on this one because we really saw a big change within the inning program players for the simple fact that they're going for 60,000. I saw them going for like 55,000 and even less not too long ago. And I do believe, yes, the ones from the previous inning are going for more. So we see like Roberto Alomar going for 80K. Pretty much all of them are going for above 80,000. And these are 20,000 less. So it's really a bit different. So I wanted to make sure to make this video and give you my opinion on whether or not I think you guys should indulge in the voucher. I have seen questions, where do you guys get the voucher? You just go into the collections over here to the feature programs. And then it is right here. Basically what you would do is you go into this one, you exchange those 3 players, and then you get the voucher, you put it in here, and then, bingo bango. Shout out Bobby. But then you get the player, of course. So the same thing works. I do quickly want to analyze the 5th inning program voucher. Of course, I don't really know if it has anything to necessarily do with what cards we do get. It's fireworks. I don't really know if it's gonna have a difference. Nonetheless, the same thing happens. You do get 30,000 stubs back from this, and you get 5,000 XP. The same works as the 4th inning program. So that being said, at this point I think it's obvious we're not getting anything less than a 98 overall. I would be surprised and a half if we got something worse than a 98. Andrew McCutcheon was a 98, and people even tried to call him an L. People were spamming the chat with L's when he was announced on the live stream. I don't know necessarily because of his stats, which I don't necessarily think is the case, because he looks like a pretty good card, or because it's a 98, it's not a 99, but I'm pretty confident in saying it's all going to be 98s, and most likely all 99s from here on out with the inning program. So I think hopefully we should start to see even better of cards, because maybe you can make the case the reason why these are cheap is because they're not that good. But I think Billy Wagner is like the best lefty reliever. Him and Aroldis Chapman are the 2 best lefty relievers that you're going to find in this game for the time being. So I don't know why he's going for that little, except for the fact that they did release the Griffey storylines, which I think is really what marks the downfall of the prices. Of course, the Griffey storylines were easy as hell to do, and everybody wanted to do it because you get a free 89 Griffey, which to be fair is actually a pretty good card, and you got 30 program stars from it. So I think what happened is a lot more people were getting it done quicker than normal because of that, because otherwise the moments were the same as always. And I think we also got the second set of moments like the week afterwards. We don't usually get that, I don't think, or it seemed pretty fast, and everybody got these cards quickly. And then of course we also had like the all-star stuff and other content in between that other people are focusing on, and people probably sold their inning program guys to maybe buy some of those packs. So for that reason, I don't think that we're getting new storylines. I could be wrong, it's possible, but we knew the Griffey storylines were coming. We knew ever since before the launch of the game the Griffey storylines were going to be coming eventually into Diamond Dynasty. I don't necessarily think we're going to see another set of storylines, at least it ties in to the 5th inning program right away. And obviously we won't have all the crazy all-star content. Maybe it's not crazy to you in overalls, but where we were getting 6 diamond cards, 4 diamond cards a night, 10 within 2 days, and then the guaranteed signature pack. There's a lot of stuff that really factored in to why those cards go for so much. So getting into if it's worth it or not. So if you get 30,000 stubs, it's tough to say exactly how much these cards are going to go for, because I remember I could tell right away these cards were going to go for cheaper. You might not be able to see exactly, actually you kind of can. These cards did not start off that high. He's going for Cal Ripken Jr. right away was only going for like 225. They never really amounted to be as expensive as the previous 3rd inning program players, likely because of the Griffey storyline. A lot more people are finishing it quicker, and that's kind of what table set the market and led to the downfall of the prices. If I had to guess, I would say realistically around 80,000 or so. I think they'll settle at. I don't think they're going to be as cheap this time because it would only make sense as we're increasing in inning programs that we do get better cards. You know, from the start we got lower overalls, we've increased to all 99s basically, but I think it's time that we're going to start seeing those really nice diamond cards that we've been looking for some time. You know, maybe we'll see a Griffey. I am going to have my predictions on which guys I think we're going to see out in a couple of days, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay on the lookout for that one. But I do think we are going to start to see better cards. So what I would say, if you get 30,000 stubs back, and let's say those cards bottom out at about 80,000, remember the price of these cards, of course, always put in a buy order: 55,000, 57,000, and 56. That's just rounded out to say 56,000. So that would be man, let's just say 55 and not make my head hurt, okay? So that would be 165,000, assuming you probably have one of these. Maybe it's 165k if you don't have one, and if you do have one, it's going to be 115k. I do believe that's probably wrong. 110k rather. So 165 or 110k, and it's going to go about 80k at bottom down. I do think it's worth it. Once again, it's the same position. If you guys can grind this out very quick, and I mean very quick, because if they do release storylines, it is going to be another digital dash where you guys really have to get this done as soon as possible, because you saw Cal Ripken Jr. fell fast. You know, on the 16th, he was going for 220. By the time the 21st hit, he was already down to like 90,000 stubs, and at that point, you're not even making profit. You're literally going to lose. So it was really peculiar how that worked out. So I do think it's worth it if you guys have the time to do it once again. These always drop on the weekends. I'm assuming all of you guys in school are probably out of school at this point, so that gives you plenty of time. If you do work, you know, try to position where you have a lot of time to grind this, because that, in all reality, the voucher is an investment opportunity. You know, it's really not much else. You do get these cards for sure. That is a plus, but the one thing, you know, you always have to think is you cannot sell these cards back. You can quick sell it for 5,000 stubs, but that would kind of defeat the whole purpose and really lose, you know, you're taking like a 60,000 card and getting 5,000 out of it. So realistically, make sure these cards are worth it to you. Make sure these cards are guys that you like, or you have enough time to get this done. Primarily within the weekend or 3 to 4 days. I'd say if it's any more than 4 to 5 days tops, I wouldn't necessarily do it. Remember, the best ways necessarily, it's tough. You know, the Conquest is out. I know Conquest was a little bit more different this time. I didn't even do the Conquest. I didn't really prefer to do it. But of course, I will be coming out with a video talking about the best way to complete it fast once the inning program does drop. But I do think it's worth it. I do think it's worth it, but once again, you have to get it done quick. If you're not going to get it done for like 10 days, if you're on vacation and you're going to miss the start of it, do not need the voucher unless you are in love with all 3 of those cards that came out and you want to keep them on your team for the rest of the year. Otherwise, the voucher is not going to be much use for you. You're going to get it done faster, but in reality, it's going to cost you more stubs than you could even sell the card for, because by the time a week passes, these cards, for sure, I will guarantee, unless we get 99 Griffey, 99 Pujols, and 99 Chipper Jones, which I would be very surprised about, unless we get those 3, I would say they're probably going to be, for sure, under at least 160k within the first week. They'll probably be below 100,000 stubs by the time that a week does pass. So once again, to reiterate, it is going to cost you about 165,000 stubs if you guys do not have any of the 4th inning program players. If you do have one of them, it's going to be 110,000. Remember, you do get 30,000 stubs back, so in reality, it's about 135,000 and 80,000. And then remember the 10% tax. Even if you sold a guy at 100,000, you're only going to make 90,000 back after 10,000 is removed for tax on MLB The Show community marketplace transactions. So that's my opinion. Let me know down below in the comment section if you guys plan on doing the voucher. Like I said, complete it fast and it's worth it. Otherwise, I would only get the voucher unless you really love those cards, but I don't think all 3 of those are going to be worth the price, because you guys know with the guaranteed signature pack, we're going to see more reiterations of that. We're going to see more players get in there, and those are really great cards at a nice value. We're going to keep seeing those, and if you guys can't tell, the clear trend of Diamond Dynasty this year is they just want to release a lot of high overall cards that are going for cheap. So there's a lot of team variety. There's a lot of players out there to use, and everything, you know, is not going to be that expensive. So that's how Diamond Dynasty is going to go. That's my thoughts on the 5th inning program voucher. Once again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to like down below. Hope you guys are great today. There comes out. Yeah.
Love is love, and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure, and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.